Your move!
What is going on, you guys? Bastion YJ here, and today I'm coming at you with the top 5 best decks in the entire Master Duel as it is. As you guys know, we are working with a different ban list. We're working with the OCG ban list, and we don't have all the cards that we currently have in the IRL and in real life TCG card game. However, we do have, I believe, until Dawn of Majesty, and then everything beforehand is good to go. So it's all been updated. For the only thing that's different between the OCG ban list and the currently is that Fusion Destiny is still playable, which is something that you can definitely go ahead and do. However, of course, Destroy Phoenix Enforcer is not a card in Master Duel just yet, so there's no one going crazy with that. Another good thing is that Dragoon is banned, so there's no type of sackiness with that as well. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and get right into it. Top 5 decks, Master Duel, let's go. Now, I'm not saying these are in any order, but I had to put one number 5. It would definitely have to be Sky Striker, or Sly Striker as I wrote. So Sky Striker in Master Duel is absolutely just bananas. Essentially, with this deck has 2 engages, we only have 1 in the TCG. You have 3 Upstart Goblins, you have only 1 in TCG. Just being able to have that much more resources in your grind game goes absolutely amazing. I would recommend playing 2 to potentially 3 Pot of Avarices, only because Kagari is at 1, and that's the only drawback I have to this deck. Other than that, it is extremely consistent. Just being able to outgrind your opponent with that second engage comes in super clutch. You can still play, of course, cards like Metalfoes Fusion, get you an extra draw. You can play Desires, Prosperity, things like that to again have that consistency going. And I think overall, as far as top decks in the Master Duel format that are just uber consistent, I think Sky Striker is definitely number 5 on that list. Especially for me, I've personally been playing the deck in real life as well, and I very much like it. I think it's an amazing deck. Again, extremely consistent, extremely versatile, and extremely durable as well. So I'll put Sky Striker at my number 5 pick. Coming in at number 4, guys, we have a very surprising addition. I think is actually True Draco. So with True Draco, it got an incredible power boost just going into the OCG ban list, essentially, or the custom ban list, I should say, since it's not 100% accurate. We have Card of Demise at 3. In TCG, this is at 1. Same thing with Into the Void, it's at 3. In TCG, we have it at 1. Upstart Goblin is at 3. TCG, we have it at 1. There's a reason why these cards are at 1, guys. This deck is absolutely just nuts. And the fact that it has 3 skill drain to play with, I don't think in the TCG it's ever had 3 skill drain. It has incredible consistency. Card of Demise, Upstart Goblin, Into the Void, draw cards. And then you got 3 skill drain to play with. This is absolutely insane. You have all of your cards. The only cards you don't have, I believe, is going to be Masterpiece, and then your Dragonic Diagram, which is at 1. But essentially, as far as the rest of the deck goes, it has increased consistently all the way throughout. This is definitely one of the decks that I'm working towards building once I finish my tri-brigade Lureless deck going and ready to go. I believe I just finished it. I finally was able to pick up my last ultra rare that I needed, so it should be good to go as far as that deck goes. However, no, I'm still working on imperms. Guys. However, as far as a deck that I believe is slept on and I think is an amazing contender, True Draco is definitely up there at number 4. Coming in at number 3, guys, it is Prank Kids. Prank Kids is an incredible deck. Back in here in the TCG, it was by far one of the most consistent decks back when we had Prank Kids Mew Mew at 3. Now, of course, it got limited in TCG, however, it is at 3 in Master Duel, which makes this deck incredibly consistent, again, with all the consistency cards that have already been added to our card pool, with cards like Upstart Goblin. That way you don't have to worry about banishing certain Prank Kids, banishing your Prank Kids Pandemoniums, with cards like Desires. So I will be taking out Desires most likely once I just picked up the 3rd Upstart Goblin as well, so most likely be taking these out. Again, this is just a template that I've been using, but again, to be able to summon, totally awesome. To be able to have blow up your opponent's board 2 or 3 times a turn and have really no repercussion for it is absolutely just ridiculous. It has an incredible grind game with cards like Prank Kids Pranks, and I think Prank Kids is definitely going to be one of the top tier decks of this Master Duel format. I believe that is the reason why I have it ranked at number 3, and that's why it also has an amazing boost by being able to play cards like Parallel Exceed, giving you access to the rank 4 rank 4 XC's prize pool, card pool I should say, and there's so many different cards you can choose where you can play Baguska for whenever you're stopped, or you can play Tornado Dragon, things like that, just to pretty much blow out your opponent. And that's what I personally believe Prank Kids should be ranked at number 3. Number 2, guys, we have Bird Up. Not just necessarily Bird Up, but just any Tri-Brigade variation. Now, because we are again in a different ban list, we do have 2 amazing variations for the Tri-Brigade strategy. So with this, you, of course, the very well known Lyrilusk Tri-Brigade mashup, just being able to have triple Tenki is ridiculous. You'll always open up Fractal. There hasn't been a single game where I haven't opened up essentially full combo unless I don't draw a Warbler, because there's no real way to search it. But again, triple Upstart Goblin, increased consistency up the wazoo. I'm still working on the imperms to replace the Chalice, so I'll probably be doing that in the near future. That's probably the next cards I'm going to be working towards as well. I just picked up my Ancient Warrior, so that's going to be really exciting. This deck I've been playing the most online, and I think is absolutely just bonkers. I mean, I played 17 online duels and I've lost only 3 times, so I think it's a pretty good ratio overall. I did just get the gold, so we're gonna be most likely live streaming a road to platinum really soon, probably today or later on tomorrow, whenever this video does get uploaded. But another way that you can mash the Tri-Brigade variants with is actually going to be Zodiac. So this, I believe, is tied with the Bird Up version. So essentially we have access to cards like Trident. We don't have the Rapier, but that's perfectly fine. You still have 3 Thoroughblade, 3 Ram, 3 Whiptail. You have, you know, cards like Zodiac combo, things like that. So just being able to add an additional interruption through Trident, which is absolutely just ridiculous, is insane. I mean, I keep saying all these same different description words, but just being able to play such an oppressive deck again, and to be able to mash it with cards with a deck like Tri-Brigade one more time, which again just gains an additional boost from the Beast Warriors of Zodiac, is absolutely just ridiculous. Just be able to have that interruption and to be able to go ahead and still play your full Tri-Brigade package just makes it that much more incredible. Again, there are different Tri-Brigade variants. You can play Melfi, you can play other things. However, this is definitely going to be the best one, either the Bird Up or the Zodiac package, or you can go ahead and put Zodiac in the Bird Up. We'll see how that goes. I won't be doing that though. Next, for the number 1 deck in all of Master Duel, guys, I strongly believe it is Virtual World. And why? Why would it be Virtual World? Because this card right here says your opponent cannot play the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's all it says. Ignore the 2 paragraphs it has written on it. Essentially, you just shut off your opponent's deck and you just gas. You just go. And this is the only deck that can make it consistently each and every single game, turn 1. I played Virtual World before. I didn't play it when I had True King of All Calamities, unfortunately, in the TCG. But this is just such a power boost for the deck to be able to go ahead and play this one more time. There's a reason that Virtual World was tier 1, hindering on tier 0 when it was able to make a True King of All Calamities, and even I believe was able to make 2 True King of All Calamities at the same time. It is limited currently, so it does have a slight drawback. Not really, but I think just absolutely incredible. Any deck that can make True King of All Calamities with ease should be a tier 1 deck, and I believe currently Virtual World is the top deck, just throwing that much more consistently. Again, you have a 2 Called by the Grave to stop your opponent's hand traps. You can play Cross-Out Designator, again 3 Upstart Goblins. With that much consistently, I do not believe this deck should lose any games in the upcoming format. So that's going to be it for the top 5 deck, guys, but I'll do you one more. I'll do you one more extra deck that I think can be considered in the top 5, again depending on what you guys look at it. So you guys really thought I was gonna leave Eldritch out of this list? You crazy. This deck is bonkers. I think this is the most highly represented deck that I've gone up against online, and actually 2 of my losses have come up against Eldritch of my 3 total. Is absolutely just ridiculous deck. The fact that it can just abuse, again, cards like Skill Drain like it's absolutely nothing is insane. You don't need any monster effects at all to go off. So again, being able to abuse cards like Skill drain, having Vanity's Emptiness is absolutely wild. To be able to main deck Imperial Order. The consistency of this deck is just through the roof, and the amount of interruptions that it can have, even as a going second trap deck, or even going first. You can go ahead and set up your negates, your interruptions. It's absolutely incredible. Going first, going second. This is a very versatile deck, and I think is one of the top decks in this format. I did not think it was top 5, but again, that's my personal opinion. If you guys want to take one out, I take Prank Kids out or Sky Striker and put this one in. I won't argue with you at all. I think this Eldritch deck got a ridiculously wild boost, and I can definitely see why it's a little bit more represented in the OCG rather than TCG, having access to all these cards as well. And that is going to wrap that up, guys. So essentially, I gave you my top 6 decks of the Master Duel current format as it is January 2022. It is currently, what day is today? Today is the 22nd of January, so we'll see when we get an updated ban list for Master Duel. Maybe they go ahead and switch it up, give it its own Master Duel ban list instead of copy from OCG, TCG. So we'll see where that goes from there. But guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What's you guys' best deck of the Master Duel format? Let me know. Go ahead and leave a like on the video. Subscribe for more content. A lot more Master Duel content and IRL TCG content coming up in the near future. So subscribe for more, and I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next one.